Welcome back to the Slab Sharks podcast. We are on, I believe, episode 7 now. Is that right, Derek?
Yes, sir.
And it's only fitting that the first guest that we had on the podcast is now also the first repeat guest we've had on the podcast. So welcome, pioneering both those times. How's it
Thanks,
feel?
bro. It feels good, man. From the interviewing our FedEx driver to now being on episode 7. Let's go.
Yeah. Time's flying by, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a full month, I guess, since
Only one?
Well, since we've been like the driving FedEx stuff stopped.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it's been pretty much like a full month with the squad, like full time. So it's
Full
been,
time,
yeah,
yeah.
it's been a lot.
How's it been going? How's the transition from FedEx to Slab Sharks been for you?
So like anything in life, the beginning is hard, right?
Yeah.
Because you're giving up something that I was very comfortable with, something very familiar for something that is unknown.
Mhm.
So I was a little apprehensive at first, but it's been pretty smooth. Everyone on the team is cool. And there's been a lot of chaos in the office, but
Yeah, there has.
we have been extinguishing those fires and business has been good. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah, man. And we've been putting you on some like heavy hours to start with because it's just like this summer's been crazy. This whole year's been crazy. I'm coming back from a wedding right now. I threw the Slab Shark sweater on, by the way. We'll talk about this later. But I got my dress clothes on the bottom. I don't know if you can see my dress shoes, my dress pants. I was wearing a suit like half an hour ago at a wedding. And that's wedding number 4 this summer. And I got 3 more left this year by November. So people, we've just been so out of it. So you've been covering a lot for a lot of us for hours and stuff. And so it's been a big help. So appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no worries, bro. But also, it gave me an opportunity to see like the whole operation, right? So just seeing shipping and titling and drop-offs, the auctions, and just everything, like the whole business as a whole, it's been really enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bit of a trial by fire, but I guess you got to see every station. It's like learning every part of the business. That's good. That's awesome and super helpful. So thank you for that. Yeah. But along with your Slab Sharks, full-timeness starting to take off, you've also been the LORCANA stuff that we talked about in that first episode. You're on a different level now.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, if you guys haven't checked out Mr. Enchanted on YouTube, you got to check it out. That's Derek.
From the sun's glasses.
And he's doing some really fun things with LORCANA openings and Enchanted. He's got a whole. I'll let him explain it a little bit better, but you guys got to check it out, Mr. Enchanted. So who is Mr. Enchanted? Who is this character?
So I guess to go from the beginning. So I remember when I came here, you guys were all into, hockey cards, baseball cards, basketball cards. And I was like, I need a niche. I need something to get into. And I was thinking Pokemon. And then remember we saw the Elsa. And I've been really into LORCANA ever since we saw that Elsa go up for auction. And then I was like, I really want to get into this Disney TCG LORCANA game. So I bought a couple boxes, ripped some packs. And luckily I pulled like 2 enchanted cards.
Oh, yeah.
On like my first 2 boxes.
Yeah,
and then someone in the chat. So I was streaming on YouTube. I was streaming the box rip on YouTube. And one of my buddies in the chat is like, yo, you should change your name to Mr. Enchanted, right? Because you're pulling all these enchanted cards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll think about it, right? So we did a couple more streams. The channel was called Bearzi TCG, which is my last name. And then I did a couple more box rips. Again, pulled another enchanted, a 4th enchanted, a 5th, a 6th. I pulled like 7 enchanted cards out of 10 boxes.
So sorry to cut you off, but just for the people at home who don't know LORCANA that well, what is an enchanted card?
Okay, so basically it is like in the Disney LORCANA game, there are rarities of cards. So there's like rare, super rare, and legendary. So legendary is kind of like the best card. So what they did is they made a copy of the legendary cards, or some of them, and turned them into a full holographic card, kind of similar to the full art Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And they called them enchanted cards. And so those were for like the collectors of the TCG game. So, Disney LORCANA is a TCG, so you can play an actual game, but they added the enchanted cards for the collectors. And the rarity, I believe, is roughly 1 in every 96 or 1 in every 100 packs.
Oh, packs. Okay.
Yeah, so if you buy a full case, which has 4 booster boxes, and there's 24 booster packs in a box, so you'll roughly maybe get 1 in a case. And that was
in a case, or
in a case. So if you get a case, there's 4 boxes.
Yeah.
Each box is
How many?
24 packs.
Okay.
So that's 96 packs in a case.
Okay.
So you might get 1.
Oh yeah. Oh
right.
wow.
So you might get 1 enchanted
In a case.
In a case.
Yeah.
and I was getting like I got 7 enchanted in 10 boxes. It's just ridiculous. It's just sheer luck,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's when everyone's like, "Yo, change your name to Mr. Enchanted." I was like, "All right, let's go." I like did the whole character, put the sunglasses on. We have like a little sound. What do you call the thing? Like a soundboard. Yeah, like that. So I got music, theme songs, all the whole 9.
Maybe we'll throw in a little clip here for you guys to see an example of one of the little enchanted situations.
Let's pull it. Elsa, one time for the boys. Can we do it? Elsa, one time. Oh, Belle! Yo, we got enchanted Belle, son.
But it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's so much fun. You're getting into it, and you're sharing that passion with all these people. And people have been coming to our podcast now after they've seen you there, and they're like, "Oh, I'm here because of Derek," and which is sweet. And it's cool. Like, so these are not necessarily people that were super into Lorcana to begin with, and now they're getting into it. So sharing the passion, spreading it, that's awesome, man. Mr. Enchanted, I like it.
Yeah, and that's what I like about TCGs too. Like, you know, the Pokemon crowd, there is a certain percentage of the crowd, they want to collect Moonbryons, or they want to collect Charizards or Pikachus, right? Those full art cards. But at its core, Pokemon is still a trading card game. Yeah. It's an actual game where you can play. And that's what I loved about Pokemon. And that just transitioned into Lorcana for me. And so it's been like 2 decades since I played Pokemon, right? And then when I joined you guys here, I was like, man, I want to get into something. I'm so behind the curve.
You got the itch.
And then
something.
And then finally, I don't know what it was, the whole Disney universe, it just resonated with me. You know, being able to collect Aladdin and the princesses and Jasmine and whatever, Captain Hook, right? It was just awesome.
And I guess you've probably been watching more Disney movies now in this time of your life, right? Because you got the kids now, so like they're in that at the age now where you're watching Disney movies with them too, right? So I feel like maybe that also helped you because you were already watching the movies and you're like, whoa, I just watched Moana. Now there's a Maui card that I just saw that looks super cool. I don't know. I'm putting stuff.
No, it is. It's funny because we were watching Tangled. It's a movie with Rapunzel, I think.
Yeah.
And Rapunzel gets a frying pan and she hits Flynn Rider in the head with it, I think, because he was
spoilers.
Like, spoiler alert. He was climbing in her tower.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, in the Lorcana game, there's an item called frying pan. And I was like, oh, I know where that's from.
Oh, okay.
So it's still thematic to the movies, right? Yeah. So it is kind of funny.
That's awesome. So the TCG you used to play for Pokemon. And now you're playing Lorcana TCG? Are you doing like tournaments and stuff? Or are you like playing it properly or like?
Yeah, so I'm all in. So this started off as just, I wanted to get into a card game. Let's start collecting these Disney cards.
Yeah.
And once I realized that it was like Pokemon and it's an actual game, I go, I'll try it out. But it's very similar to Magic the Gathering in the way you play the game.
Okay.
And it wasn't just like a cheap knockoff. It was an actual game that has really good mechanics and rules, and it's super enjoyable. And it's easier to understand than Magic the Gathering. And that was a barrier for entry for me because Magic is so confusing. It's been out for how many decades, right? And then I'm like, yo, this is a fun game. So not only am I collecting, streaming, ripping packs, I started going to Lorcana League. So I Googled which card stores in our area, in the Greater Toronto area, had Lorcana and offered Lorcana League. And there's not too many players because it's still a new game. But then I'm like, hey, you guys need cards? I got some cards, bro. Yeah. Come follow Mr. Enchanted. So I'm giving people cards and stuff, like little kids, like cards they need for their deck. Yeah,
so that's awesome. So you're like the Santa Claus of the Lorcana League right now. You're just showing up with packages and gifts for everybody. That's awesome. But aren't you kind of like helping your opponents now make their decks better and then possibly beating you in these leagues?
Yeah, so that's the one thing that kind of sucks about Lorcana is that a lot of the cards for a while were hard to find. Like if you wanted to buy the first chapter, like the base, I guess you can call it the base set box, it's hard to find it. And even if you do, it's like $300-$400 sometimes. So there's some kids that want to get into the game, they don't have the first chapter cards because a lot of the first chapter cards are strong in the actual game.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Okay.
So you sort of have an advantage.
Yeah.
And so I was meeting kids at Lorcana League. I'm like, hey, man, what kind of deck you got? You got red, purple, ruby, amethyst. You need Aladdin, bro? Or you need Cusco? Right? So I'm just like helping them out. Yeah, because also I want to do my part in trying to promote something that I care about.
Yeah.
And I really care about the whole Lorcana ecosystem, I guess, player base or whatever it is. I want to see it succeed. Yeah. Right. So I've been going to these Lorcana League events and they'll have like Magic the Gathering in half of the store. and they'll be like 90% of the store is playing Magic, and there's just a little corner for the guys playing LORCANA,
Yeah.
right? But I'm trying to like do my part, hype it up, get little kids involved that are wanting to buy a booster pack, but maybe don't have enough money to buy the cards or so. But it could get another player in the game, right?
Yeah. Wow, you're doing a lot for LORCANA. The Disney should sponsor you, man.
Oh, Disney sponsor me, bro. Mr. Enchanted. Let's go.
Yeah. I know Disney's so crazy with their copyright stuff and everything, but I'm sure Mr. Enchanted is not. Maybe it'll be a new Disneyland mascot, bro.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Mr.
That'd
Enchanted.
be so funny. Oh my gosh.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, but also there is a LORCANA tournament scene that's going on right now.
So that's not the league. There's other than the league, there's a tournament scene.
There's an actual official tournament
Okay.
run by what's the company? Ravensburger. And
Oh yeah.
yeah. So they organize, and it's an actual pro like circuit. They had Chicago. They just had Fort Worth, Texas. This month, I believe, is Toronto. The month I missed registration.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So if you guys are ever interested in LORCANA League, the day and the time that registration opens, it fills in like 30 seconds.
For the tournaments.
Yes. So Toronto had a max entry of 1,024 players, and it filled in under a minute.
Oh.
So it opened and bam, it was full.
So LORCANA is blowing up then.
Yes, so it's completely full. But also it's because they're doing a good job. I believe the winners of these events get a full set of enchanted cards.
Ooh.
And you get these extra promotional play mats and things that you can sell on eBay for a lot of money, because these are only items that are made for the winners of these events. If they come top 2, top 4, top 8, that type of thing. And so you do get promos for just entering. So there is a lot of hype, not just for the game, but you could go to one of these tournaments for a game that's new. Maybe you get lucky, you win. You can get a good amount of money, right, with the promo cards you win.
Yeah.
So it's super.
We've seen some of those come through the office. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that Elsa was, but that wasn't a tournament promo, but that was a LORCANA promo, the D23 Elsa, the one that we always keep talking about. That was your starting ignite, like flame that ignited this LORCANA. So we've seen also after that, we've seen some LORCANA come through. Actually, you brought a LORCANA. Now that I think about it, yeah, I think after one of your tournaments or league days, you received a card. You came to the office with it. I remember now that I'm thinking about it. What was that? That was like a promo card then for that tournament or that league?
Yeah. So the league, in LORCANA League, usually it's once a week, and if you go and participate, you just have to buy in. I think it's usually like $5 to $10, depending on which store you go to, and they'll give you promo cards for participating. Now the last one, don't want to toot my own horn, but I went 6-0, and so I was able to get another promo card. So your boy got Enchanted. 2 promo cards. Yeah, so you get to go. Everyone gets a promo card. Yeah. If you win the day at league, they give you a choice of another one.
Okay.
These aren't like super valuable cards. A couple bucks. I believe if you grade them and you get a PSA 10, they are valuable.
Okay.
Like they are worth some money. But that's not really why I go for just those promo cards, but they are there. So if you're interested, you just got to show up, get one for participating, and and then there you go.
Not a bad participation trophy. Yeah. Speaking of participation trophies, Team Canada didn't get one this year in basketball.
Oh, I'm so upset.
Yeah. You like that
so
segue? That was a smooth segue.
I'm so upset.
Yeah. I'm upset about that too. We were gonna talk about it more earlier, but I said let's just save it and let's talk about it on the podcast, because this was our hope year. This was a year where we're like we were gonna do something. We were gonna do something, and then we draw France, and then we have such a terrible first quarter.
Yeah, just everything possible went wrong, I feel like. Not only was France a good team, but France had home court advantage too. So they have the crowd and the conspiracy theory, tinfoil hats. The refs hate Canada. Okay, like whatever, I get it. France had like a discrepancy of 17 more free throws than us or something crazy, but we came out flat in the first quarter. It was
that's how you start fouling, is when you're flat, you're out of position, you foul. Right, like I mean, when you're on your toes, you're in the right spots. You're less likely to foul somebody. But when you're off your game and you're flat, and then you're trying to catch up, that's how fouls occur. I don't think the refereeing was an issue. Maybe we should have had some more Quebecois on our team.
Yeah, get all the Montreal players, bro. Come on.
Yeah, maybe they would have. Actually, they probably would have hated us more then.
Whoa. Could be. You never know.
Yeah. I was at this side story. I was in France a few years ago, and in Canada we have to do French at least up until grade 9. And my school, we started in kindergarten, like we started
Really?
like basic French. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't a French immersion school, but it was like they were just heavy on French for some reason. And so by the time I was like done grade 9, I can speak like enough to get by in French. So, but then when I went to France, I'm like, oh, now I get to flex my French skills, start talking, and people looked at me like I was like a hillbilly. They just because the accent
the accent
is to them, it's like they don't like it. It just sounds so gross to them, right?
I see.
And I was just like, oh, that's I just spoke English to everybody else. I'm just like, I'm gonna stop this. Like I thought they'd be excited, you know. In other countries, when I go to any Spanish speaking country and I don't know how to speak that much Spanish, but I try, people usually like get excited, like, oh, you know, this Canadian is trying to speak my language. But no, not in France. In France, they'd look at you with disdain.
Yeah, it's like
Maybe it was just my experience.
French Canadian accent, because then they can tell.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
Not local.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they knew I wasn't local for sure. I mean, everybody dresses so different there and all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never been.
The style's different for sure. It's like you can just tell they have a different air about them. Most countries you can kind of feel everybody's got a vibe.
That's true.
But for sure, I stood out as like a tourist. But you would think that, you know, a tourist trying to ask you questions in your language. So like if I have to ask for directions or something, I'm not just some, you know, loud English speaking person coming up and, you know, asking. And it's like I'm trying to use it. But nope, it was actually worse. They treated me worse when I tried to speak French.
Oh, that's terrible, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe they're hating on the Canadians.
Yeah,
They're hating on us. I don't know.
Maybe.
But they deserve to win that game though, because that's on us also coming out like flat in that game. It was so upsetting to watch because this was the one year where we almost had all of our NBA players. Andrew Wiggins was missing, you know, whatever
that whole Golden State
thing. I don't even want to get into that. You know, but
Steve
we had
Kerr, the coach.
Yeah,
of the
the
US,
coach of the US
doesn't
team.
want Wiggins to come out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. More tinfoil hat stuff, but
it is
anyways,
what it is.
But yeah, you're right. We almost had everybody, and we had SGA.
Yeah, like we had Murray there, SGA was there, Barrett, like Dort, but then we're just shooting bricks. Dylan Brooks turns into a pumpkin. Guys like garbage, shoots 1 for 9. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't we score? It was 16-5 right in the first quarter right off the bat, and we're just playing at a deficit. And it's so hard to play uphill.
Especially in international ball.
Yeah, it's so hard.
It's hard, yeah.
And you only get 10-minute quarters, and you get five fouls to foul out, I think.
Five,
right? So it was tough, man. And at the end, SGA was missing free throws, which he never does. And then we rallied in the third and the fourth, but it was just too late.
Too late.
Yeah, it was too late.
Too late. The damage was done. Yeah, that was a depressing game. That was, yeah.
Yeah, I was
First
upset.
time I was excited about Canada basketball in the Olympics. First time I was like, yo, there's some hope there, you know, a little bit.
I thought it was a medal, guaranteed.
I thought
guaranteed we're going to win at least
I thought
a
we were
bronze.
going to get bronze, yeah. I thought at least we were going to be in that bronze medal game.
Yeah.
But
unbelievable. I'm just like, I'm beside myself right now. I'm like, what is this? Like we didn't even medal at all. Like, the pain.
Yeah, and 4 more years now. I mean, at least our core, it's pretty young. It'll be mainly the same guys. I mean, we probably won't have Wiggins for sure. Even next time, I don't think he'll be on the team.
Yeah, add 4 more years to Wiggins. Murray, how old is Murray?
No, Murray's still got. He's young. He's young.
Still youngish.
Yeah, SGA, still young. I don't know who are the older guys that we might lose. I don't know. Can't think it off the top of my head right now.
Maybe they don't matter.
Yeah. Maybe they don't matter. Yeah.
Yo, Dylan Brooks, man, step up, bro. What is going on?
Maybe. That was crazy. What do you think about the semis now? France, Germany, and then U.S., Serb.
Yeah, so Germany looks real strong. Of course, Americans over Serbia.
Yo, you don't think the Joker's going to do something?
I think, I don't know. Americans are just playing good all around, I think, in my opinion. But Germany and France could be interesting. I don't know. We got Wagner and Schroeder.
Wagner, Schroeder.
Wagner, Schroeder, Tice. Who else on their team? Can't remember who else. But yeah, I think it's going to be good basketball.
Yeah.
So I feel like Serbia, I don't know, maybe they got a good matchup. They had Australia, right? Did they have who they they beat Australia, right?
I believe so. This is normally where I would say, hey, Dirk. Who do they play?
Yeah, it's tough. If I had to put money on it, I'll say Germany, US in the finals. If I had to just bet on it, I guess I would go that way.
I feel like out of the two teams, I feel like Germany is better than France. They're just playing better. But For some reason, something in me tells me that
France is going.
France is going to the gold medal, and that's the team that's going to upset this U.S. team.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You think they're gonna
There's
beat
just-
the U.S.?
there's gonna be-
Oh my god!
There's going to be something. There's going to just when there's just I just feel it in the air right now. Like there's something. There's something.
You're a
telling
Wemby believer?
me. Yeah, bro, big Wemby believer. Bro.
Oh, he's got to pull magic out of his hat, man.
Yeah.
Like he's got to do a lot.
I know it's not. It's obviously that's a super hot take because the U.S. team is they just destroyed Brazil. Like
Yeah, and they're playing well though.
and they are playing
Yeah.
well, and they're not like they're playing as a team now. Like at the beginning, it was a little they're still settling in, but now I feel like they've kind of settled in.
You know what I like that the U.S. team did this year? They gave a lot of minutes to the role players, like Derek White, Drew Holiday. These guys that aren't like all stars, but they're like
Well,
these glue
all-stars,
guys
but
that
yeah.
kind of fit in,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like you don't need a starting five of all the best scorers because they all
No.
kind of do the same things. You need a couple like role players that know how to play the role well. They'll
Yeah,
get
you need
rebounds,
you need some
defense.
spot up shooters. You need some
Yeah,
defense.
exactly. So I feel
Yeah.
like they've been like, all right, Tatum, you're not playing this game. Embiid, sit down.
And
So it's
Tatum's
like,
been like, I don't care. I just want a gold.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So like, and so that's what I'm saying is like they kind of they're vibing. Like Tatum's not just being like, no, I want to play.
yeah, I think they bought in,
Yeah,
dropped
they
the
bought
egos.
in,
That's what
yeah.
you need to do for international play. Like I remember when they lost, was it in Greece, in Athens or whatever, where they had like Tim Duncan, Stephon Marbury, young LeBron.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
all these egos on this team. They had
Yeah.
Iverson too, and it's just like, oh, Wade, LeBron, Melo, you're young, don't
Don't
play.
even play.
Only the old
yeah,
heads get to
yeah.
play.
Melo
And
didn't
it's
even
just-
get to play. I remember
yeah,
that.
it's weird, right? You have to drop your ego if you
Yeah.
want to win. It's
Yeah.
as a team, right? So I think the Americans have really learned from their
There's a
those
whole
mistakes, right?
documentary on it, the Redeem Team.
yeah,
right?
the redeem team.
So like they needed an entire redemption arc for that loss.
Still
so-
not better than the dream team, bro.
I don't. Ooh, that's a spicy one.
No,
That's a spicy one.
no, the dream team.
I mean, the Dream Team's the Dream
This is
Team,
the dream team.
but the Redeem Team was pretty fire too.
Yeah, they're
man.
good, but for me, it's always the dream team, bro. Always.
Kobe, LeBron, Durant,
Melo, Dwight,
Melo, Dwight.
Tayshaun Prince, Boozer, Michael Redd, Jason Kidd, Chris Paul.
Yeah,
Solid, like that.
that's a pretty solid
That's
team.
a pretty solid team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and those are like prime numbers for a lot of those guys.
yeah, it was.
I mean, like, okay, then you got Bird, Magic, Jordan, Barkley.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to compete with that. But yeah, I don't know if you put those two teams against each other.
Okay, that's a different argument, I guess you could say. But
No, how do you determine who's a better basketball team? Who would win in a game against each other?
yeah, but one thing too is like, I guess is a knock against the dream team. The competition they played is like, these countries didn't care about basketball. You know what I mean? They're just smoking teams by like 50. Puerto Rico's like, yo, sign my jersey, bro. I want your autograph.
Yeah.
These
On
guys
the
don't
court.
even,
Yeah.
It's because of the dream team that made players like Pau Gasol, Marc Gasol, Spain.
Yeah.
It's because they
Yeah.
watched the dream team
Mhm.
and then all these countries really got into it.
Mhm.
And so the Redeem team, I guess the one argument for them is that they had stiffer competition because the world has technically, quote unquote, caught up.
Mhm.
Whereas the Dream
Well, not
team was
quite,
just
but-
like miles ahead.
Yeah. That's a good point. The Dream Team was definitely outclassed the rest of the competition by far more than the Redeem Team did.
Yeah, I just will always be like that team, Magic, Jordan, Bird. Like I just loved all
Yeah, they're
that
just
whole thing.
they're all legends. They're all like, top 10
Yeah,
all-time
yeah.
basketball players.
And Jordan wasn't even their best player. It was
No,
Chuck.
Chuck was killing
Charles
it.
Barkley, man, best player on the
Yeah.
Dream Team. Believe it or not.
Yeah, statistically,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was and he was gambling with Jordan every night, right? Isn't that the stories that they would like gamble
Yeah.
till like 7 a.m. and then go to practice at like 10 and sleep like 2 hours, then just destroy Puerto Rico?
Mhm. Yeah, Michael Jordan was an animal.
Dude.
Dude was a gambling animal, just like on the golf course, playing cards up all night.
Mhm.
Dudes were like, this guy doesn't even sleep.
Yeah. They don't understand. They couldn't. I kind of understand it. Yeah. And he was always ready to compete too, even in practice. It's not like he's Dennis Rodman guy who just,
Oh,
yo,
Dennis
I'm gonna miss practice and go present at the BET Awards or something. He like actually would just gamble all night and then go to practice and still yell at other people for being
Mhm.
garbage at practice.
Yeah, he's a wild.
They
dude,
don't
bro.
build people like him anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's just something about the Dream Team, though. There's some like nostalgia, just this, maybe it's like a personal bias that I have. It's just their impact on the world was just everything for me when it came to basketball. I was never like, oh yeah, the Redeem Team. Like No, the dream team, bro. It's all about the dream team. Or at least for me, it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the Redeem team had their own arc. They just had to avenge that loss, right? That was the main thing that they were.
Oh,
trying
did
to
you watch the documentary?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I'm
it was
referencing.
good.
That's because they
It
talked
was
about,
good though.
it was good. And that's what I'm referencing this gambling thing because they talked about the Dream Team for a little bit too, or maybe that was the Last Dance. I don't know. There's so many of these,
Yeah, there's a lot.
but I watched the Redeem Team one and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, or oh yeah, I forgot about that, and like the egos, and they finally brought Kobe on, and then I didn't realize how antisocial Kobe was with his teammates at the I guess at that point in his career.
Yeah.
But he was, he was like, they had to like warm up to him. There's that scene where they have like a birthday cake for him. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And
I
it was,
remember.
it was like, it seemed so awkward. Like all his teams are like, they're like singing happy birthday to him with like a cake. And then it's just Kobe just like, okay, thanks guys.
Yeah,
Like,
thanks.
thanks. Yeah, thanks. Thanks guys.
And
Let's go to the gym.
I like the story too when LeBron was like, yeah, after the game or after practice, we went to the club. You know, me, see Booze, D Wade. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Went to the club, got back like 4 a.m. We're in the lobby and we see Kobe
Coming out of the elevator,
coming out, going to the gym
Yeah.
to work out, and we're just getting back from the club.
Yeah.
And then he changed
That
like the whole
yeah,
like
yeah.
dynamic, the environment, the attitude. Everyone was on board with Kobe's whatever 5 a.m. workout. That was cool.
And I think he didn't even like tell people to do it. They just saw him doing it and they were like, yo, this guy's locked in. I
Mhm.
got to do the same thing. And then they just started doing it. That's leading by example. That's Jordan did the same thing. The Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I started working out before practice and stuff. He just started doing it by himself. And then by the end of the season, or like after a couple of weeks, the whole team was doing it. That's that kind of, leadership.
Yeah, that's like a true like
Yeah.
leader, right? For your country, for your team. Yeah, and he just led the way, right? I think that's what the Redeem team was like missing, right? They were missing because they made the team and they brought Kobe on after or whatever.
Because they
right?
were losing when they were
Yeah,
playing against
yeah.
like college players and stuff, and they were getting beaten by like
Mhm.
scrubs, and then they decided they were like, we need Kobe. I don't know who was the coach that year.
Coach K.
Because Coach K, right? I think
Yeah.
Coach K was like, we need Kobe
Yeah,
or something. Like
yeah.
he was like, we need that guy, we need that mentality, and then they brought it. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering, but that's what I think.
Yeah, you always need that like veteran piece, which is kind of like LeBron now, but he leads in a different way. He's still kind of like a silly dude. You know what I mean? Likes to have fun.
Yeah.
But Kobe is like all business, man. Like he's gonna. It looks like he's gonna kill you if you don't show up for practice. And
Yeah. Yeah. Well, rest in peace to Kobe, by the way. Yeah, we've been talking about him a lot. That guy was definitely NBA changing for sure.
Mhm.
It's in a similar way that Jordan was in terms of like that team effort, the mentality of just like killer instinct every single time you're on the court. Doesn't matter if it's practice, doesn't matter if it's a workout, doesn't matter if it's a game, finals, first game of the season. When the guy hit 60 points in his final game. when he
Yeah,
was-
I remember that against Utah.
It's just he couldn't stop. He was like, all right, he's gonna have a good game. It's his final game, farewell, and then just kept scoring.
And he won I believe the Lakers won that game too. It wasn't like he's just chucking and they're
No,
losing
no,
by
no, no.
20.
No, no,
like they
no,
actually
no.
won the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and and it was cool. They showed because his first basket in the NBA was a free throw, right?
Was it Kobe?
Kobe. I think his
Oh.
first point in the NBA was a free throw, and his final point I think was also a free throw.
Oh yeah, the 60th point. It was at the free throw line.
Yeah, it was at the free throw
yeah.
line.
Pretty sure.
And
that's what it was.
then he went off after that or whatever to the standing ovation and everything at the end of the game. But I'm pretty sure like it's cool, a little bookend, like just those little things about sports
Yeah.
that make them so. There's that X factor in sports that just tugs on your heartstrings a bit. First point ever, last point ever in the NBA, free throw. Maybe this is one of those myths that I heard and I'm mistaken, but I think I'm pretty sure I can even picture Kobe like driving in and going up for a layup, missing the layup. First bucket in the game when he's a rookie was a free throw.
Oh, okay.
And then the final one, yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember Kobe's, but I remember LeBron had like a baseline jump shot against Sacramento Kings in 03. So I know LeBron's first shot, but I can't remember Kobe's first bucket though. I guess it.
I'm pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken, I think he missed his first shot.
Oh, then he made the second free throw?
No, like he missed. Like he was.
Oh, his first field goal.
field goal
Okay,
he
okay.
missed. I could be misremembering, but I think I remember it might have even been a brick. I don't know. That's maybe that's just me with some Kobe slander, but I don't know. For some reason in my mind, I have a picture of like I could see a grainy TV footage of him going on the court, pulling up for a mid-range jumper and just missing it. and then like not caring and going right back and driving the net and then getting fouled, and then his first point was a free throw. Again, I could be completely wrong, but for some reason that's what I have in my head.
Mm. Yeah, I don't remember Kobe much at all in the beginning because he didn't even start
No,
that first year. He was just sitting on the bench. I think that guy, does it Del Harris was their coach? And he's just like, you're not playing, bro. You're too young. You're 17 or how old is he? 17, 18, whatever.
18, I think,
yeah, and he's just like stuck on the bench, not playing.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember too much from Kobe's
Early years.
Yeah, but once he got going, like the impact is undeniable. Like, and the love for him, and I still can't believe like that he's gone. Even when I heard the news, like the helicopter, and I was like, no way. Something like, who's trolling? This isn't real.
Yeah.
And then you find out that it's real.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I'm like, really? He was taking a helicopter and it crashed?
Yeah.
Like, how?
Yeah.
And his daughter was on it too. And I was like, oh my
heartbreaking.
gosh.
And the other people, the teammates and the pilot. Yeah, I was with my realtor actually. We were looking at places because I was finding a place. And I was just sitting in the car while we were driving around Toronto, and I just got the notification or whatever, and I was just like, and I just looked at him. I was like, "Yo, I think Kobe just died," and he was like, "What?" And he stopped the car and pulled over, and he's like, "Are you?" He's like, "Is this kind of a troll or something?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah, that's what I
So then,
thought,
like,
too.
we sat there, and he took his phone out too. We were both in the car, and we're just like looking up to find like a reliable news source, and then we found one. I forget which one it was. And we were like, it's actually, and then we just sat there in silence for a little while. Like we couldn't like, what is it, like process that information. It was so crazy because he was just starting to become like, vocal, and he was relaxed now. He didn't care about like, having that always on mentality. He was starting to make jokes. He was starting to like, do commentating stuff. He was starting to become like a fun loving guy who you never saw that from Kobe. He was the, always business. But now he's retired, so he doesn't have to do that anymore. And it was just crazy. It was just crazy.
Yeah, and then he had that Dear Basketball documentary too. Yeah, and I was like, man, this is awesome. He's doing all these other things outside of the sport, and then it just like died too soon, man. Like, that was nuts. But I remember I watched an interview with Tracy McGrady, and he was really close to Kobe, and he told Kobe once that he would like to die young or something.
Kobe said that?
Yeah, to T-Mac. And McGrady's like, what are you talking about, man? And then after the interview, T-Mac gets all like emotional, right? But he talked about how it's like this was something that Kobe actually said, but he thought he was just joking, or maybe it was just, a weird comment in passing. But then for it to come to fruition, and then Kobe does, because he died in early 40s, right? And like, and it just tore T-Mac apart because they were close, right? Like I don't remember Kobe having a lot of close friendships. I believe it was like Tracy McGrady and Caron Butler, like he was pretty close with. But other than that, he was a pretty independent, to himself individual.
Yeah.
Right. And so to see that Kobe actually opened up to T-Mac and they had like this friendship. I can't remember if it was in one of those documentaries, but I just remember like Tracy McGrady just like breaking down. And I was like, dude, man, this is hard to watch.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I mean, I'm sure, when professional athletes are getting near the end of their career, a lot of them, I'm sure, I don't know because I'm not a professional athlete, but I'm sure a lot of them start feeling like a little bit of a fear of like, oh, this is what I've been doing my whole life. Since I was a kid, I've been training to do this, and it's about to be done. And it's like, what is my life going to be like after that? Right? So there's that. I don't know. Obviously, I can't speak for Kobe or why he would have said something like that, if it was a joke or not. But I do see this kind of correlation that, these athletes that have spent just their entire lives building up to become these professional athletes, and then your body lets you down because you just can't do it anymore. Not that they don't want to, they just can't. And then they just don't know what to do with themselves, right? And then Kobe found stuff to do, as we were talking about, the Oscar, and then, coaching the team for his daughter's team, and getting involved with all these like basketball programs and everything, and getting involved with the NBA. And then, so I don't know if like at that point in his life, if he still felt that way. I mean, we'll never know, but I feel like maybe that was part of him just feeling that pressure of like, this is all I know. Like, I don't want to grow old because that means there's a lot of years of me not playing basketball, right? I don't know what to do with my life.
Yeah, I hear that too a lot from athletes, especially like UFC fighters, for example. Like they just fight and train their whole life. And then in the UFC, you can only fight for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, oh, can't take a punch anymore. Oh, my knee's busted. My back hurts. Can't get into the octagon. And you're like 35, and like, they don't know what to do with the rest of their lives, right? So that seems to be not super common, but it is an issue that I guess athletes have to deal with, like life after the sport.
Exactly.
You just train your whole life for this one profession, whereas us normal people, you know, we work our professions till we're 65, right, or whatever, and then we retire.
Yeah.
But they're retiring 3 decades earlier than us.
Yeah.
So.
And they're retiring from something that they are obsessively in love with, true. Right?
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest part, because like you just can't do what you want to do. When you retire when we're 65, it's like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I'm done, bro.
Time to sit back and crack some beers
packages.
Oh my God. 64-year-old Derek still packaging up.
Come on, bro. We're going to send out this Kobe Bryant RPA or whatever. Oh, did his cards go up after?
Oh, yeah. That's something.
What happened? Because I wasn't around here when that happened, right?
Yeah. That's obviously, I mean, this is a topic. This is kind of like a controversial topic.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Not really.
Oh, my bad.
Not really, but it's kind of like a little grimy to talk about, because people start profiting off of the death of athletes and other people, right?
Oh, man.
So
that's messed up.
So like there are people that like hunt these cards because they know the value is going to go up, because as soon as somebody passes away, first of all, like they're just news, right? Especially if it's a young situation like someone like Kobe, and you know now that like there's just going to be an explosion. People after people pass, we tend to look at the better parts of them, and we look at them in better light than we would if they were still alive and they can't defend themselves, so we don't really criticize them as much. That's just like a universal thing. Most people say, don't talk ill of the dead, and that kind of permeates our society to some degree. So what happens is most like these players, the values go up, and also like now he's never going to do another autograph, right? So anything that's been autographed by him is worth more, right?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So all these factors, and then there's like this, there are people that as soon as news comes out, the first thing they do is, and they just go buy up all these cards that didn't necessarily have crazy value, but before those people have a chance to adjust their prices. So like if they have it up on eBay for buy it now for $15, they'll just go and buy up all those cards, which after this situation might turn into a $50 or $75 card, right? Just because of the situation. So yeah, it's like it does increase the value of at least in Kobe's case it did for sure. But yeah, there's that aspect, which is kind of definitely a little scummy to be profiting just solely. Like even when Tiger Woods had his accident, remember when he messed his leg up in a car?
The car accident.
There was not a lot of information at first what actually happened, right? They were just like, Tiger Woods is in a car accident, he's taken to the hospital. And so there was like, oh, is he like in the hospital but he's fine, or is he in the hospital but he's critical? Like there was this huge confusion about what was happening. And on all the websites, Tiger Woods cards just started getting bought up.
Oh, no
right?
way.
Like in anticipation that, oh, maybe he's going to pass away. And like, fortunately he did not. But those, like, there was still that buzz, and that still created that market where the cards did shoot up in a little bit of value. So yeah, it's something that happens, but it's like also it's one of those topics that's like, so you feel icky about it sometimes when people are trying to profit on these situations, because like, yeah, if you have an autographed jersey by Kobe, a Kobe autographed jersey,
yeah,
and now he's passed away, that's gonna have a lot more sentimental value to you personally. At least for me, it would. Like, okay, now like I have this jersey, and like another jersey can never be signed again, and I have this one, like something like that. For me personally, if it was somebody who I really like, an athlete that I really liked, I would want to hold on to that more. Whether like but like if, for example, I had another athlete who I have a signed jersey of, but they're still like young in their career and they're still going. Like, for example, if I had an Austin Matthews hockey jersey signed, right? And I'm like, one day I'm like, you know what? I might need a little bit of money or something. Let me just sell this. I'll get another one later if I want to get another Matthews jersey signed, a signed Matthews jersey. with the Kobe jersey, I would be like, no, like I can't really do that anymore, right?
Oh, because there's only so
there's
many.
so many.
Okay, I
There's only
see.
so many. Whereas with Matthews, I know there's going to be a lot of jerseys that are going to be signed in the next 10 years, 30 years. He's going to keep signing even after he's retired, So it's just one of those things. Like even for me personally as a collector, that would go up in value, but for some people, it's an opportunity. They see it as an opportunity to make some profits.
Mm. Oh wow, I never really thought about that. That's super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So are Kobe like RPA like autographed, like really high end stuff, like a lot of money right now, or
Well, the entire RPA market is definitely down from what it was a couple
is
years
it?
ago.
Oh, from since COVID.
Yeah, since COVID. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, he's always. I mean, his stuff was already pretty expensive because he's one of the greats.
Yeah.
But definitely after he passed, yeah, any stuff that was his stuff has gone up. The thing about RPAs is they're rookie cards, right? Anyways,
Mhm.
so there's already a finite number of them. So they've already
I
kind of
see, I
had
see,
that
I
economy like baked in, like that value baked in of there's never going to be more of these because he's no longer going to have rookie cards, right? So that's done. That run is done. But there's cards like, for example, we have a autograph Kobe card going up this auction actually.
Oh, we do. All
going
right,
up-
let's
it's going
go
up,
check it out.
Going up tonight. It's crazy that you brought it up. I was just looking at that card earlier today before you got here. Yeah, so that's going up. So cards like that, which are the buyback cards where it was sent in and it was signed by Kobe and numbered by hand, those cards have gone up in incredible value because it's not his rookie card, but it was signed by him and numbered by him, which can't happen anymore. So now it's a finite number of those cards. Before, like with the rookies, it's already a finite number.
So that's up this week.
Yep, that's going up.
Get your bids in.
That's going
Let's
up
go.
tonight. It's going up tonight. I mean, well, tonight when we're recording, it'll be up by the time this podcast goes live. It'll still be up.
By the time this goes live, there'll probably be 4 more days left in the auction ish. 3 to 4, depending what day it gets up.
3 or 4 days, yeah. 3 or 4
download
days.
the app. Let's go. Download the Slab Sharks app. Get
Yeah,
your bids
yeah.
in. Got a big Kobe card coming up.
We got a few Kobe cards.
A few?
But the one auto one.
Oh, okay.
That's,
So big auto one.
Yeah, there's one that's a decent auto card that's gone up. Can't remember exactly which one it is now. I just saw it right now, but it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been loving the app too. Just like being able to track all your cards and everything, and also like the shark coins, future shark coins. You get some gear like what G is wearing right now.
Oh, yeah,
now
perfect
some
opportunity
nice
to
Slab
talk about
Sharks gear.
So this last couple of weeks, I've been wearing different Slab Sharks gear. This is another example of one of our sweatshirts. Nice clean logo here, and on this arm, you got the Slab Sharks written out. So nice little acid wash charcoal, and it's really really good quality. Like the quality on these is thick. It's nice. It's like I mean, it's like all I wear now. These sweatshirts. I know you've seen it in the office. I'm just wearing these sweatshirts now. But yeah, get your shark coins up, and you'll be able to get some merch like this, and some T-shirts, and there's some other stuff coming soon too. But we don't have that yet. So, but yeah, maybe I won't talk about it yet. But the T-shirts and the sweatshirts, we have them, and the portal is just getting set to launch for shark coin spending.
And shark coins you get only from consigning.
Correct.
And selling.
So if you use our app, and you don't even have to use our app, it'll automatically go to your account. But if you consign stuff with us, these shark coins accumulate in your account for every dollar that your item sells for corresponds to a certain number of shark coins. So I believe it's 100. I don't want to quote it right.
Okay.
Now. Yeah, the exact number.
Coming soon.
But it's the shark coins. Maybe I could just check right on my phone, but no, we will. It's the shark coins are not coming soon. They're already there. You'll see them in your account.
Yeah, I see them. I see them
account.
in my dashboard. Yeah.
You should already be accumulating them, but the ability to use them to purchase, or to, I guess we'll say purchase, some of the merch that is coming very very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Should be up maybe by the next podcast. It should be live. So
oh, nice, something to look forward to.
Hopefully, we're just working out a couple things to make sure it's working flawlessly first.
Yeah, it's just a little nice bonus for any consigners or whoever has a bunch of cards that they want to move off of, sell.
Mm-hmm.
Head over to Slab Sharks, download the app. Book an appointment, drop your stuff off. Let's go.
Look at you. You got the full pitch
Let's
now.
go.
You know the full pitch. I don't even have to say anything anymore. You can just do
Well,
all of
because
it for us.
I used it as a customer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I have that perspective of like, oh, all these cards, man, how do I get rid of it?
Yeah.
I'm just like we had someone the other day came across this massive baseball card collection. Either it was like a hand-me-down or inherited it or something, and they didn't know what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gave our boy Karn a call, and then there you go. He'll figure out, what's valuable, what he can sell, like drop it off, list it, sell it. Because there's people who don't know how auctions work or eBay, or don't know how to do shipping, right? Or mailing anything. There's a lot going on in the whole process,
There is,
right?
There is. There's a lot more than people think. It sounds easy to just, put your item on eBay and sell it. But there's like so many factors that are involved in that process. eBay itself, obviously, is a very easy platform to work with. But there's a lot of things that you don't really think about until you go through the process. Then you're like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, then I got to have packaging material. Oh, then I got to have this to send out. I got to buy a label to ship it out. Then I got to deal with any issues that happen. They say they didn't receive their card. All that stuff. Like, it's just things that you don't think about until they come up.
Mm-hmm.
And we take care of all of it. So,
yeah, that's good. I know, and the coins are an extra bonus. I like the white sweater.
The white sweater.
The white one that had the shark logo in the middle.
Oh, the one I was. Yeah.
Because they're not all the same. Right?
No. We have. Well, the ones I've shown already now. I've shown 3 different ones. I've shown the
blue one.
The blue one that's established in 2022 Slab Sharks. Now this black one here with the Slab Sharks logo, and then the correct term was acid wash latte. Was the first one, the one that we call salmon, that we keep calling salmon.
That salmon maroonish
it's
looking.
the salmon one, the first one I was wearing. I think it was the first one. That one is really sick. I love that one. It has the color shark logo with the S and has Slab Sharks on the arm, and the color is beautiful in that one. We have that one. I like too. That one. And then we have a couple of variations of styles. We have this one in that color as well. Then we have the establishing thing in black as well. The established in 2022 Slab Sharks. And then we have a bunch of different colors and shirts, which everyone will see it soon. It's nice, and it's good quality stuff.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for the future. There's a lot going on. Also, there's the Van City Card Show coming up.
Yes,
October 2. Yes. We're gonna be there. Anyone is interested on the West Coast? Too? Yes, sir.
Oh, full team is gonna be there.
Sir.
Slab Sharks Inc. is gonna be at the Van City Card Show on Thanksgiving weekend.
I believe so. October 11 to 13. I want to say. Is that the right date?
Yeah, it should
I want to get it wrong.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving weekend. I'm almost certain it's
11 to 13.
Yeah, 11 to 13th in Vancouver. So if you're in that area and you are into cards and stuff like that, just come check out the Van City Card Show. We will be there taking consignments as we do, getting you guys the best prices for your cards.
And also, there's going to be a special contest coming up through Slab Sharks, so everyone pay attention to our socials. I don't want to release all the details yet, but there's going to be a contest coming up soon. Details aren't out yet, but pay attention to the Slab Shark social, especially Instagram, for an opportunity to go out to the card show in BC.
It's a good one. It's a good giveaway.
Yep, it'll be a big one.
Big
giveaway.
It's a big one.
Giveaway.
Yeah. I'm excited for that one, for people to see that one too.
Yeah, I'm trying to walk the
fine line of what we can or want to
cannot say. But you also have to give people like a heads up, right? Or also be like, hey, what was this contest, bro? I wanted to participate.
Don't worry, we will blast all the info to you guys through our socials, TikTok, Instagram. Now on YouTube, we're doing it. We'll do it again on YouTube when we've officially announced it. Maybe we'll do a short. I keep mixing up the names, reels, shorts, things.
Yeah, the reels are Instagram shorts for YouTube. But also TikTok as well. All the vertical
platforms. Yeah.
And then we have the podcast also live on Spotify now too. Full video as well. So if you guys want to listen to this or don't want to watch it on YouTube and you just want the audio version, Spotify has both audio and video as well.
Yeah. And we're working to get it on Apple Podcasts too. That should be happening very soon. We just had to, there's just some, because we're in Canadian, there's some mix up with the account and dealing with the Canada and stuff. But it'll be on Apple Podcasts, or just I guess it's the podcast app on the Apple App Store, and then it's on Spotify already, which is exciting. I never thought I would be on Spotify.
No, it's good. Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's just things, take time to set up. It's like a work in progress. Getting the episodes out and just growing it. But I think it's going to be exciting in the future for sure, 100%.
I'm excited. See where this goes. Again, if you guys have anything you guys want us to talk about, any questions for us, just hit us up. Instagram, YouTube, throw a comment down. If you want something we want to talk about or something you want to clarify.
Oh, a Q&A would be good too, right? Because there's always people that have questions about consignment, about selling, like the whole process, right? I feel like a little Q&A section of the episodes would be interesting too.
Yeah, definitely. So that's why I'm throwing out these feelers. I think I've asked a couple times now if anybody had questions, but we'll do a video. Well, maybe we'll take like the most common questions asked to us, and we'll just record a response, and we'll do a couple videos, and people can get the answer, because there's certain questions we get asked a lot.
Yeah, all the time.
Which makes sense, because consignment, not everybody knows about consignment. So yeah, we'll do that. Good idea.
Yeah, and I'll read the comments, even the rough ones, bro. Send them in. Send them in.
those rough comments. Well, they're the Redeem Team versus Dream Team now, and I'm interested to see what people are going to say about that. I know other people in the office are think that the Redeem Team is way better than the Dream Team.
The Redeem Team is better than the Dream Team?
Yeah. They think it's not even a question that they would beat them in a
But what do you mean, like each team in their prime playing each other type of thing?
Like the Dream Team, that was the Dream Team. So those players in that prime that they were,
the age that they were then,
like when they went to the Olympics, and then the Redeem Team when they went to the Olympics. There's people in our office. I'm not going to say names right now, but I've had this small conversation, and it was like, oh, in their mind, there's no way that the Dream Team could beat the Redeem Team in their mind. And I thought that was crazy.
Yo, give me Michael Jordan, bro. Give me Michael Jordan. I'll take MJ.
Yo, Kobe can guard MJ, bro.
But wait, the Redeem Team, your bigs are Tyson Chandler, Dwight Howard?
Also, prime Dwight Howard is
he's a beast.
Terrifying.
But I'm just thinking, like, what other bigs you got? Boozer?
Oh,
power forward?
Boozer was
like those are your three bigs?
Yeah. Yeah. It's Tyson Chandler.
No, it wasn't Tyson Chandler. It's Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
It was young
Anthony Davis. Yeah.
Tyson Chandler was the team after.
He was also on the team that failed.
I
think he was on the team that failed as well.
Because it was AD out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
With Dwight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
But AD out of Kentucky is like, I don't know, 18, whatever.
He wasn't prime AD yet, although.
So he's a write-off.
At least he wasn't that injured at that time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But then, like, okay, so let's go through the matchups. So you have Kobe and Jordan.
On Jordan, you gotta play Kobe.
That's
on Jordan.
easy, right?
Yeah, that's easy. Or actually, maybe LeBron on Jordan.
Or what about Magic?
I would put
Magic?
maybe Magic is bigger.
Magic's bigger. So when you put LeBron on Magic and then Kobe on Jordan?
Yeah, but you gotta shut down Jordan first. Put your best defender on Jordan.
Who's that? LeBron?
Kobe's the best defender, probably. On ball defense, he's a menace. But
Yeah,
perimeter, and around the rim, LeBron is obviously the best defender. But on ball defense, which was mid range Jordan money, I think that's Kobe all day.
But then who's guarding Bird and Barkley?
Well, you could throw.
Or you put LeBron on Bird?
No, you don't need to put LeBron on Bird. You put KD on Bird.
Okay, that can work. What about Chuck? He's getting all the rebounds,
Chuck's
bro.
a big boy, but you just throw Dwight Howard on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard, man.
It's tough. I mean, the matchups are. Maybe we're not looking at it perfectly.
Bro, you put in the bench, Karl Malone is gonna shred Boozer, bro. You got Karl Malone off the bench.
Yeah, Karl Malone.
I don't know, man. For me, the weakest link on the Dream Team was Christian Laettner and Chris Mullin, I guess.
Which is crazy.
Like everyone else is just like maybe Stockton.
Nah,
but Stockton has set everyone up,
Stockton
right?
will set everyone up, yeah.
Well, Stockton will match up perfectly with Kidd. Because that was Kidd's
literally
role.
He was his role model.
It was like the same thing,
Same
right?
guy.
So maybe that's kind of like a wash.
But I
guess
think
you could
Stockton
say.
was a better version of Kidd.
Yeah. And then Michael Redd and Mullen, I guess they're a wash, or just these like shooters.
Yeah.
That don't really do much.
Yeah, just 3-and-D guys.
But then like you got Malone and I don't know, man. Give me the dream team. Give me the dream team.
You got Malone and Boozer. That's a bad matchup. That's a really bad matchup for Boozer.
Oh man.
Malone would eat him alive, unfortunately.
Who else are we missing? David Robinson? Who else is on the dream team? We're missing someone.
We're definitely missing people.
We had. Is there another guard? Oh, Pippen.
Oh yeah.
Pippen was there too.
Of course, Pippen was there.
Okay, Christian Leitner, Patrick Ewing, and David Robinson. Those are the centers. Bird, Pippen, Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Chris Mullin, Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson.
So,
bro.
But big wise, I think Dwight could match up with either Ewing or Robinson.
Yeah, he can hold his own. But then who else when Dwight comes off?
It's true. That's so. Look up the Redeem team now. Maybe we're missing somebody we can't think of. It would be AD and Dwight.
I think it's Dwight, AD, and Boozer. Wasn't those your bigs?
There has to be someone else we're missing right now.
I don't want to get this wrong. I want to make sure I get.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I can't believe we forgot Clyde Drexler,
like Chris Bosh, but he's like a power forward though. I guess I don't know.
Nah, he's too. He would be like a Larry Bird.
Okay, here. So Carlos Boozer, Jason Kidd, LeBron, Darren Williams, Michael Redd, Wade, Kobe, Dwight, Bosh, Chris Paul, Tayshaun Prince, and Melo. Yeah, I remember they're like lacking bigs, bro.
Also, Katie's not even on that team.
No, Katie is the
following year.
With Chandler.
With Chandler.
Yeah,
okay, I'm mixing up those two in my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your bigs are straight out of college, Anthony Davis.
He's not even a big though.
With Dwight Howard, and then you have Bosh and Boozer.
So your centers are.
They have one guy who qualifies for center.
And
Dwight. That's it.
Dwight Howard.
So he played the whole game?
Play the whole game.
Just throw Ewing and Robinson at him.
Back to back. And then you also got Chuck just elbowing down low on him as well, trying to get rebounds. Yeah, I mean, I told you, I never said I agree with that, but having LeBron on your team is a big.
Yeah, that's big too.
Like, who's gonna guard LeBron?
That's true, but who's
Magic?
I guess so.
It would have to be like Chuck. Magic is too small to guard LeBron.
Yeah, but then what about the speed? Can Chuck keep up with LeBron's speed?
No, but nobody can. For size and speed.
Work. Yeah.
Magic can't keep up with his size, strength. No disrespect to Magic, but he's a big, strong guy. But LeBron's, especially at that time,
LeBron's a freak,
he was
man.
freight train back then.
That's like prime LeBron.
Yeah, that's 275 LeBron.
Yeah, I feel like the Redeem team's too small. I don't know. I just feel like they're too small. I feel like.
Coach K versus who's
Daly?
Was it Daly? No.
Was it Chuck? No. Was it? I can't remember. I have so many teams and coaches all like mixed
it's all
up.
mixed up. That's why that's why I kept mentioning Durant and Tyson Chandler. People are probably screaming at me and watching this.
Yo, come on, bro.
Yo, Durant wasn't on the Redeem team, bro.
Yeah, Chuck Daly. Yeah,
Chuck Daly.
Yeah, Chuck
Makes
Daly
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was the Bad Boys Pistons coach, wasn't he?
Yes.
But also they didn't even have
invite
Isaiah. Isaiah not even on the team,
yeah.
bro. Oh, Jordan did him dirty.
Jordan did him
dirty.
They brought Clyde, but they didn't bring him. They were. I think Isaiah is still salty about that. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
He's going to be.
Do you see when he gives his greatest players of all time? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, best player ever.
Oh
he
yeah.
He never gives Jordan his flowers.
Never.
Never.
I mean, he definitely has Jordan in his top 5. Yeah, if he gave a top 5 players that were better than Jordan all time, he would lose credibility.
That's crazy. Then you know nothing about basketball.
Even though you were he was MVP one year, right?
Who?
Isaiah
Thomas?
Did he MVP one year?
I know in the finals. For sure. But regular season, I'm not sure.
No, maybe not.
I want to say no, but finals, yeah.
But it's crazy that if he doesn't have Jordan in his top 5, you say he doesn't know anything about basketball.
That guy knows nothing. Bro, you don't have Michael Jordan in your top 5. Like, he can't go lower than 3, in my opinion.
3 is low.
Like for me, the top 3 is just like set in stone. You can play around with the order. Like you have Jordan, LeBron, and Lou Alcindor, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And you can kind of make your arguments for which place. Mm-hmm. But for me, if we're talking GOAT, like greatest of all time, like that's got to be the top 3 guys.
Like, according to you, I don't know if Kareem should be up there.
No, you don't think Kareem?
I think Kareem's a fantastic basketball player, but when you're talking about GOAT competition, I think it's just between two.
Oh, I see. So for you, it's just Kareem is not in one or two no matter what.
In my opinion, I don't think he
Okay,
overtakes either Jordan or LeBron.
Well, for me, I have him at 3, but I can kind of see the argument that people pose to have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because of his full body of work. But
Yeah, fantastic basketball player for sure. Longevity, different era. No disrespect to him. I just think the other two that are above him on that list are just something else.
So your 1 is Jordan?
Yep.
2, LeBron?
LeBron.
Who's your 3 then?
I got Kareem.
You got Kareem. Okay,
Yeah.
so you know basketball, bro.
But to me, oh thanks, man. But to me, Kareem, there's a gap. The one and two is the GOAT conversation.
Yes.
Which I'm still willing to entertain, even though I think it's Jordan. I'm still willing to talk to somebody to convince me that it's actually LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone tries to convince me that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest player of all time over Jordan, I would be less interested in having that conversation with somebody.
Oh,
I might listen to them. I'm not gonna be like dismissive, but I could maybe be convinced that it's LeBron over Jordan.
Okay.
Especially at the end, we'll see what happens throughout the rest of LeBron's career. But I might be convinced that it's LeBron over Jordan. I still think it's Jordan, and I don't think I'll change my mind. But I don't think I would ever consider Kareem because Kim and Jordan have already finished their careers.
Yes. So
there's nothing more to add. Whereas LeBron, there might be something that comes up. If he keeps playing another 5 years and he's dropping 30,
okay,
you're like,
yeah.
dude.
Then like, oh,
then
my
it's
gosh.
like, okay. Then it's hard to be like, who was better than him ever, right?
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? I like to make this clear distinction though, because I love this argument. I love the whole GOAT debate, BOAT debate. That's a clear distinction you have to make too. GOAT versus BOAT.
GOAT
like
versus BOAT.
Greatest versus best is a completely different argument. But whenever I talk about greatest of all time, I always think about like this criteria that I have. And this is my own personal opinion. So I have like these 7 metrics I usually use for GOAT.
You got this like dialed down.
Well, because you'll say like, oh, I'm the GOAT. And I'll be okay, explain why. And people, oh, Jordan, man, 6 rings. But like there's no logical explanation or reason or pragmatic reason for why you have him in your list. So what I have is I made like 7 categories, right?
Okay.
I'll do personal achievements.
Okay.
Team achievements.
Okay.
Statistics, longevity,
okay,
impact on the game, impact outside the game, and the eye test. So there's 7 clear categories.
Well, I mean,
right,
that some of those are subjective.
Yeah, but at least
eye test is subjective.
I can tell you why I have person on number 3.
So you have your personal ranking
because
system.
I've thought about these 7 different categories and how it impacts their player on a greatest of all time.
And are all 7 of those categories weighted the same in your mind?
Well, like roughly, but at least it's something I think about. Like if you go, Jordan or LeBron, I'll think, okay, impact on the game, impact outside the game, their statistics, their longevity, team. Like I think through those achievements. It's not just, Space Jam, bro. Jordan's the best. LeBron wears 23 because that's Jordan's number, because that's what people default to, right? And that argument is ridiculous because you're just bringing up things you just believe in. Right?
Let's just be clear for a second. Jordan Space Jam was better than LeBron.
100%. 100%.
That's not debatable.
Space Jam 2 is awful, bro. I'm so sad.
I wanted to love Space Jam 2, and it's a fun movie. Like it's a cool idea. They went they went digital with it. They went the whole computer thing or whatever. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it was just not. It was just not it.
Yeah.
It was just not the original. And then you watch the original one, and it's not a great movie either. And there's the nostalgia factor built in from us watching it when we were younger, because it's not. And Jordan can't act, but it's still. It's hard to tell. It's another one of those era questions. Maybe if I had watched Space Jam 2 instead of Space Jam 1, I would like it better. But
yeah, because you're also watching it through the lens of an adult.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
As compared to like a 6-year-old or whatever.
And watching it like every day after school for like a year straight, because I love that movie.
But also like, well, say if you put Space Jam to the side, you still have number 23. You still have I Want to Be Like Mike. Like that was everywhere in the 90s.
Yeah.
You don't have I Want to Be Like LeBron in 2010. It's not something you hear all the time. You know
No.
what I mean?
But that's not. I don't know if that's the best metric because like when people throw something in the trash can, they yell Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe, right?
Kobe.
Although
Yeah.
kids started switching that to Curry.
Oh.
A little while ago, like in the last like 5 years. I have my nephews. I asked my nephew today. I was sitting beside him at the wedding, and we were just kind of killing time while they were setting something up. And he loves basketball. So he actually asked me, "Are you gonna watch the games today?" And I was like, "What? Oh, I love this." He's 7 years old, and he's really into basketball. Plays it all the time and everything. Loves it. And then I asked him. I was like, "Okay, who do you want to win those games?" And then he said he's like, for France, Germany, I don't really care who wins. And then he said he wants the U.S. to win. I asked him why, and he's like, because they have LeBron, they have Curry, they have Durant. He started just naming off the superstars.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, let me poke his brain a little bit. And I was like, so who's better, LeBron or Curry? And he said Curry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and this is like
That's his guy.
That's his
That's
guy,
his guy.
right? And so I asked him that specifically because I wanted to know what the mind of a 7-year-old right now sees them, right? And he loves basketball. He knows stats and stuff. Like he's just super into it. So it's not like he's just, someone told him at school that Curry's better and he thinks it. He's like watches games, and he like comes home and he's like, I want to watch this game. And he knows the schedule of the NBA when the season's on. So in his mind, he sees Curry as a better player. And now at this point in their career, I would still take LeBron over Curry, even though Curry he's a better shooter, obviously, but LeBron's just still a monster.
People forget because he's old.
Yeah. No, but even right now, even as an old man,
even right now, he's still so good.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I still think he's better than Curry right now.
You know what though? Curry will never make my top 10.
No,
never. There's not a chance.
What about your top 10 shooters of all time?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like he's like at the top.
Is he the GOAT shooter of all time?
Oh, it has to be. Gotta be.
GOAT of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, for shooting. But like in terms of just greatest player of all time, he'll never make my top 10 because he doesn't play both sides of the court.
Yeah, he can't.
Like for me, it's basketball is two different games. It's offense and it's defense.
Yeah.
And just because you do one amazingly well, it doesn't make up for the fact that you don't play D. That's why Curry, Luka, Dirk Nowitzki, Nash, and Harden will never make my top 10 because these guys don't play defense.
Well, okay.
In my opinion.
I don't know why you had to throw Harden in there. Harden's not on anybody's
Well,
top
take
10
him out.
all-time
Maybe
list,
take
bro.
out Harden, take out Nash.
I don't think
right?
Nash is on anyone's top 10 all-time list. Even
Well, I'm just thinking of
Canadian.
guys who just are offensively gifted but don't play D.
Yeah.
Like those are the first guys that just popped into my mind.
Yeah.
Like, I think of James Harden, just all his offense, right, but no D.
Yeah.
Right. A little bit of Dirk Nowitzki slander there. He tried his best.
I was gonna say, Dirk got some blocks. He played defensive the way he could.
He tried. Yeah.
He tried.
He tried. But Luka's atrocious though.
Yeah, Luka doesn't care,
He's
bro.
fucking atrocious, man. Oh, it drives me nuts.
Luka dribbles slow on purpose.
Oh man.
That's what people say when they other NBA stars. They say that his ability to slow down is the best in the NBA.
Like on offense.
Yes, on offense.
Yes.
So if he's going out of his way to go slower on offense,
Oh, I see where you're going.
yeah, there's no way he's gonna try to go faster on defense, bro.
That's so funny.
He's a master of going slow. He's gonna try to do slow defense. He's gonna try to make that a thing, bro.
I think that's my personal bias. Is I love two-way players. I love guys who play the defensive side of the court. I think that's so underrated because people always say, "Oh, Steph Curry." You see all these amazing things he does on offense, but everyone hunts him on the defensive end. They put him in pick and roll all the time.
Yeah.
He's not strong enough. He's not big enough. He's not quick enough. He just gets destroyed.
Yeah.
High screen and roll. Like, what is he going to do? He can't fight through screens.
No.
He's not big enough to switch. He just gets hunted, right?
Yeah.
And then Luka is just lazy. He just flailing at the ball. Doesn't get back. He's always yelling at the ref. And I hate that. I hate that so much.
Curry, though, is his offense tires whoever's covering him so much.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Because he's just constantly sprinting
He's
around.
running,
He's literally sprinting around the whole time, and then just grabs it, tosses it up, and it goes in. So the person who's on him is so gassed that they're not going to be playing super fast offense on the other side. So I feel like that's in a form of itself a type of defense, like an offense as a defense kind of thing,
Oh, I see
like
what
a best
you're saying.
defense as a good offense. It's like he's just wearing these people out on the offensive side of the court that when he's on defense, yes, he might be getting hunted by the guys who are, switching out on him and stuff, but the guy who was guarding him is tired and he's not going to be
Yes,
shooting
okay,
up good
I
shots.
see what you're saying.
So his defense doesn't have to be as spectacular. He doesn't have to. The guy's already out of breath. He's already in his, just by getting close to him, it'll make him miss a shot rather than having to actually be a good perimeter defenseman. Or
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Perimeter defensively. So just this is a little thought I had. I think maybe because I would hate to guard Steph Curry.
Oh, dude, you need like cardio for days, man.
Yeah.
To run after him.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to constant, and he's got handles too. People under.
No, his handles are legit. Yeah. They're legit.
They're legit.
Yeah,
It's like one of the best handlers in the game. Currently.
Yeah. So it's like it all depends too. Also, like what you really value, right? Do you think like Steph Curry's offensive arsenal is just so superior it just makes up for the the little deficiencies he has on D? I guess you can put into that category that I have impact on the game. He has one of the biggest impact on the game in history, changed the way the game is played. The 3-point shot, the corner three, spreading the court, like everything. He changed the game so much. Yeah, just ridiculous, shots, right?
Yeah.
It's just like Shaq is in that bucket too.
Yeah.
The players that changed the game, right? Like I remember this so vividly that in 45 or 47, the NBA made zone defense illegal. So in the 40s, you could play zone.
You remember the 40s vividly?
No, like I remember like the history of basketball, right? Like
the
the timeline.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was like time traveler.
I wasn't born. Sorry. I'm old, but not that old. But I remember in the history of basketball, in the 40s, no one could shoot. So teams would just pack the paint. And that made the game boring because dudes couldn't dunk on anyone. You couldn't get any buckets. So in 47, I want to say, they made zone defense illegal. So that means you would have to be in proximity of your man. You have to open it up.
Yeah.
But in 2002, the NBA made it legal. Why? Because of Shaquille O'Neal.
Because you need to have
right?
more than one guy on him.
Yeah, he just completely changed the game.
Yeah.
So like the impact of someone like Shaq and Curry is so monumental.
Yeah.
So I think that supports their argument in terms of like greatness, right? I guess you can sort of use that to make up for deficiencies, maybe.
Let's do this right now. Actually, let's do that 7 criteria for Steph Curry for you.
Okay, sure.
Because you said personal accomplishments.
Yeah. So
I guess you don't count NBA champion because that's team accomplishments.
Yeah. So like personal will be like his
Scoring
own personal
title.
record. So he has like the most 3-pointers of all time,
Most 3-pointers of all
right?
time,
So that's he's in a category of his own.
Best
right?
3-point percentage of all time, right?
Also, you have to give him MVPs. It's like a personal.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any defensive.
No. I don't think he's
no defensive awards, right?
No.
All NBA awards.
All stars.
All-star. Yeah. So individual, he has it.
Yeah, he's got a lot of it.
Yeah, he has it.
And then team awards, he's got a lot of
Team is a lot.
Yeah.
Because Golden State was, it was because of him, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
He was the guy that they started they built around, right? Yeah.
Now longevity
Baron
is
Davis.
Baron Davis, Monte Ellis.
Yeah.
Who else do they have? That whole
that squad, that squad that made it run. Remember?
Oh yeah.
With the
is that with Steven Jackson?
Did they have Steven?
I remember that they were the 8th seed.
Yes,
they beat Dallas.
Yes,
right.
Yes, and they were wearing the jerseys with the Warrior.
Yeah,
on them.
I love the
and Baron Davis' headband. Yeah.
Baron Davis. Oh my! I can't believe I forget this team.
Can't.
I love that.
Jason
team.
Richardson was he there?
Oh, maybe Jay Rich.
I think Jay Rich was there as
right.
well.
I think you're right. Jay Rich.
I don't know unless he was on the Clippers, but I think Jay Rich was there. I think Jay Rich. I think Baron Davis.
We're missing someone.
We're missing. Yeah.
Is it like Steven Jackson or something like that?
Could be. I just. It was a
sorry.
long time ago.
So sorry.
Yeah.
There's too many things to remember.
Too much to remember. Yeah,
so much impossible.
But that picture of Baron Davis just like screaming, like yelling.
Oh, the dunk.
Like after the dunk.
Yeah.
Just that's an iconic moment, and that's what really brought Golden State back on the map.
Yeah, that's a little knock on Dirk, I guess. You're 1 seed, you lose to an 8. It's like, that's not a good look.
Especially in basketball.
Yeah.
Especially in a series in basketball.
Imagine if LeBron was a 1 seed and he lost to an 8. He'd get crucified. Yep. People would crucify him for that. They'd never let him live that down.
They crucify him for being the underdog and losing finals.
Yeah,
because he's got clutch, bro. They crucify him even though he was the underdog and he lost. Yeah.
That's one thing I don't understand. Like there's so much hate towards LeBron. Like I get it if you don't like the guy, Like I get it, but oh my gosh.
When you're the best in the world at something, people hate you. They just love to hate you, especially when you don't have any like. I can't obviously someone's gonna be like, well, yeah, what about this? What about that?
Yeah.
But you don't have any clear, visible character flaws that are just like non-redeemable, right? When you're like this shiny, on a pedestal, like best in the world at something,
Yeah.
people want to see you fail. Why were people so happy when Lance Armstrong found out he was doping?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he was
yeah,
the
yeah,
greatest
yeah.
Tour de France
Yeah.
athlete of all time. Why did people love that Tiger Woods, like his life exploded because they found out he had a bunch of mistresses?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because he was the best and there was no one close to him. The hatred was crazy. If you think about the scandals that like we're dealing with in 2024 and 2023 and stuff, and then you look at what Tiger Woods actually did, yeah, he cheated on his wife with a bunch of women, right? But they made him seem like he was like he had to leave the sport. He had to go in hiding. He was like a criminal, right? He did scumbag stuff. That was terrible what he did to
100%.
his family and to his wife. Like it's non-redeemable in terms of relationship, but it's not like a criminal. There's so much crazier stuff happening right now that like people are like okay with, but because it was him. And I guess there was the racial tension with golf at the time and all that or whatever. But
yeah, that's another layer to that. Yeah.
Complete other layer. But anyways, that's just an example of why these athletes that are just at the top of the game, people just love to hate on them. They just love that downfall. And they haven't pulled LeBron off. They haven't pulled him off that pedestal yet. And they're trying to. And they're getting angrier and angrier as he just continues to succeed.
Like, but for me, I think about it, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be sad when he's gone. I won't be able to watch him anymore. Like
we are in the golden era of basketball.
I know. I'm just like, dude, just using all your time hating on the guy. But he's only gonna play how many more years? He's turning 40.
Yeah,
this year, right?
He'll play 1 year. He'll play like maybe 1 year with his son is actually able to play.
Oh, he's awful. It's terrible.
hey,
it's terrible. Sorry,
he's got the genes though. Maybe he's waiting for his next son.
No, Bryce is 6'6". I want to say 6. He's tall, man.
He's in like
he's 2 years younger.
Yeah,
Bryce.
So he's in what grade?
I'm not sure.
Grade 10 or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, he's a promising.
Yo, he's got the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goggles. Yo, let's go, Bryce. Yo, let's see. You get that sky hook. Imagine he pulls out the sky hook homage to Kareem.
You know how LeBron always does the practice sky hook in the warm-ups?
Oh,
always?
yeah,
He always does one to try to do it, and it's just like if his son becomes like the next sky hook guy, that would be hilarious.
You know what's crazy? There's only one guy who uses that move. Like,
well,
you know what I mean? Like
Joker uses it all the time now. Dirk used to use it.
Dirk, the skyhook.
He tried to for a while. I mean, then he switched to the fadeaway.
He has that one-legged
fadeaway, which is illegal now. The way he would kick his leg out, right?
Oh yeah,
you can't do that anymore.
It's the Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. But there's a couple guys that have been. I mean, obviously
they've tried it.
Magic used to do it every now and then, but
they call the baby sky.
The baby
sky. But Kareem's was either hand all the time.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
I mean, even Hakeem had.
Oh, that's my boy.
Yeah, Hakeem had the dream shake, and then it would be a hook afterwards, right? Like usually.
Yeah.
So there's just a little play on it, and it was. But the thing that Kareem could do was full speed running down the court and just throw it up like
ridiculous,
and it would just be accurate. And now Joker's trying to do a hook and whatever. But yeah, that's something that's tough. That's, people don't do it because it's tough.
Yo, people don't know about Hakeem Olajuwon, man. That's my guy. That's my guy, Hakeem the Dream.
Raptors legend.
Oh, that made me sad.
Yeah, that was.
We got him at the very end. He played this whole career in Houston, and he came here for 1 year for what? Just like a retirement parties, geriatric mode. I don't know.
Yeah, he wasn't great, but he didn't even play that much. He didn't play that much. I don't think he played a full season.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he got injured after like 6 games or something. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
That's one guy I have a lot higher on my list than most people do. Is Hakeem Olajuwon, but they don't understand like his impact on the defensive side of the court is unreal. Like it's just.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to put it into perspective, but let's say like blocks. He's the all-time leader in blocks. Right?
Is he?
Hakeem Olajuwon, yeah. And that's by a lot. So let's say if you had a player,
More than Mutombo?
yeah, way more. Way
Yeah.
more, yeah.
I
If
guess
you-
he played a long time. So
yeah, but it's also like the dominance on the defensive end. If you had a player average, like what's really good, 3 blocks a game,
yeah, it's very
let's
good.
say. So that's really good.
Yeah.
Let's say you play,
Those be Wemby numbers.
yeah, let's say you play 82 games.
Yeah.
So 3 times 82 is 246.
I'll take your word
So,
for it.
246 blocks in a season if you play all 82,
Yeah.
right? Let's say you play 10 years straight, a decade,
Yeah.
and you get 3 blocks every single game for 10 years. That's 2,460. Now, let's say you play another 5 years where you play all 82, and again, you get all 3 blocks.
It's
So
another
that's
1,000.
like 3,690. So if you play 15 years in the NBA, you play all 82 games. You never miss a single game for 15 years. You get 3 blocks every single game. You'll get 3,690 blocks. You'll be short of Hakeem by 150 blocks.
Oh my God. How many years did he play in the NBA?
That's how big the gap is.
Yeah.
And it's not even close. And if you take steals, right? If you think about the other defensive side, it's not just, oh yeah, he's tall, he's 7 foot, yeah, blocks.
Yeah.
Okay, steals. Who has the steals record? You have John Stockton. You have
Who is never going to be touched.
yeah, that's never gonna be touched. You have your point guard.
Yeah.
You have Jason Kidd is up there. Jordan's up there. LeBron, Scottie Pippen. I think Mo Cheeks, Gary Payton. So like guards because they're on the wing.
Yeah. Then they're constantly.
Yeah. You know who's 10th all time in steals?
Hakeem
Hakeem
Olajuwon.
Olajuwon, and he's a center. It's just like
So
ridiculous.
I think I don't know in the NBA when you block a pass and you gain possession, that's considered a steal, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of that was because he was just super
played the
active.
passing
He
lanes,
played the
yeah,
passing
yeah,
lanes every
yeah.
time, right? So I think that's a lot of the blocks. That I mean, right there. I'm not block steals, right? Every time someone passing it, he's so good on his feet. He's quick, and he's got these long
It's
arms.
sick though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sick. I mean, it's dope. I'm not trying to diminish it. I just think that makes sense why he has got so many steals.
It's just like because I remember one time I went down this like Hakeem Olajuwon rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people have him underrated. Like for me, he's 10th on my list.
You know, Kenny the Jet Smith doesn't.
Oh my God.
He's in his top 3 probably.
That guy is I don't want to talk too much shade, but that guy just grabbed his coattail. Yo, Keem, give me a championship, bro.
Yo, he was a good shooter when he was around. Allegedly, I never watched any of his games, but yeah, no. But that man, it's okay.
But that is a knock on Hakeem though, because the 2 titles he won was when Jordan was playing baseball, so that is kind of a knock.
Well, no,
right?
Jordan was playing for one of them. He came back for the playoffs.
Yeah,
and
but
they
Shaq,
lost.
Shaq beat him though.
Yeah, but doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So Jordan was in one of those playoffs. People love
the second one,
but people love to say that because they went back to back. No,
Houston did, yeah.
Yeah, Houston went back to back. So it was a three-peat, back to back. Houston three-peat. But yeah, people love to say that Jordan didn't like he played baseball for 2 years, then came back and won 3 championships.
No, he came and played
came
17
back.
games.
Yeah,
made the playoffs. Got owned by Shaq.
They won like 2 fewer games that year.
They were still good.
They were amazing
still a good
without
team.
Jordan. Yeah,
They had Pippen.
They
had the squad.
I believe they had like a ridiculous number of wins as well. Like it was almost record setting without him, because that's a great team. And then he comes for the playoffs and they lose to Shaq.
Yep.
So that is a knock on Jordan that people don't really talk about.
Yeah.
Again, I have him as my goat, but that's something that people don't
Me
usually
too.
talk about. So people, that's an important thing. Yeah, but Hakeem, not just defense, bro, offense too. I mean, that dream shake.
Yeah,
is
remember
just,
all the moves on David Robinson?
Yeah, he just like
Woo!
just it's embarrassing. It's like and one basketball for bigs, and it's because of him that bigs have to learn footwork now. Footwork.
Yeah, and who do they go to, right? To learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Even LeBron went to him.
Yeah.
Right, to learn footwork.
Because he just knows. He just knows. Even Chuck did too.
Oh, Barkley.
Yeah, Barkley.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. He talks about that one time on one of the Inside NBAs. He was like, "Yeah, I just went and actually got some advice from Hakeem on how, even though they were both playing at the same time, he got advice from him on, and he was like one of those guys. He's like one of the nicest guys in the entire NBA. He was like he would just help you even if you were like a competitor to him, right? Yeah, underrated player for sure. But he's in a lot of people's top 10.
I have this amazing memory of the '94 Finals, I think. It was, I'm 10 or 11 or whatever. And it's the Knicks, who I hated. I hated the Knicks. It was the Knicks and the Rockets in the NBA Finals. This was the year after Jordan's first three-peat, and then he left, right?
The Patrick Ewing failure year.
And then the Knicks are up 3-2 against Houston. And I remember this in Game 6, the score is like nasty. It's like 82 to like 84. It's like really low scoring. Knicks have the ball, and there's like, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds left. And John Starks is just on fire the whole game. So in the fourth quarter, Knicks are down by 2, 5 seconds. Inbound it to Starks at the top of the three-point line. I think he goes right to left, like free throw line extended, steps back, shoots a 3 for the win, for the NBA title. Hakeem comes running out of the paint, hand up, gets a fingertip, blocks the ball. Wins Game 6. They go to Game 7. Hakeem shuts the door. It's like 25 points, like 10 rebounds, 7 assists, steals, blocks. And this is in an era where you get like 70 field goal attempts in a game. Now you get like 90, 95. So 25 points back then, that's big. And I remember just Hakeem just said no. And the next year gets prime Shaq. Swept him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Right. So I'm just like, yo, Hakeem. Like I went down this massive Hakeem Olajuwon rabbit hole because I was always like, yeah, Hakeem, he sucks. He came to the Raptors. He was trash. But then I was like, wait.
I don't know who says that. Come on.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, Hakeem Olajuwon's pretty legit. But then I like went back properly and then looked through it all. I'm like, man, Hakeem. So I'm a big fan.
Me too.
And his team was garbage, bro. I looked at the roster. It's like Vernon Maxwell, young Sam Cassell, Kenny Smith, Otis Thorpe. I'm like, yo,
Kenny
who?
Smith on the same team.
Because he got Barkley and Drexler later when they were like washed and old, right?
Well, not washed, but definitely
it's
not
like,
prime.
Yeah, not like past their prime, right? You remember Chuck in Houston and Drexler?
Yes.
Because Drexler was in Portland for so long, right? And Barkley had the good years in Phoenix. But lost to Jordan. No, Chuck, no rings. Lost to Jordan. Stockton, no rings. Lost to Jordan.
Chuck lost to Shaq too. No,
did he?
It is. I think in
the Lakers Shaq.
No, Orlando Shaq.
When
he was in Philly, was it?
He was in Philly, but that was that was
earlier.
Young
okay, I don't.
Chuck.
I'm mixing. I think maybe it was. Maybe I'm mistaking something, but something's jumbled in my head right now. I know that there was the chance, the closest chance that Chuck had to win a championship. Who beat him?
I thought he lost to Jordan 4-2, right in the finals.
That was in the finals.
Yeah, he got
that was with Philly. No, that was Houston.
Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix.
Yeah, he
Phoenix,
had Kevin Johnson and Dan Marley and those boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
My knowledge of basketball gets a little bit less the further back we go, but yeah, you're right. So there's something in my mind. I don't know. It'll come to me later, but there was something about Shaq, and maybe they never even played each other in the playoffs, but there's something in my mind for some reason. Something in there that he beat him one year when he was in Orlando, when he was a rookie.
Man, a rookie, young Shaq, bro, he's a force.
Yeah. Oh, fun fact: Shaquille O'Neal and I share a birthday.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You're the same birthday as Shaq?
Same birthday as Shaq.
Damn, bro.
That's why they call me.
You little Shaq.
They call me Diesel as well.
They call you Diesel.
They call me Bigger Diesel.
Bigger Diesel. Bigger Diesel.
Oh. You got Big Diesel and Bigger Diesel. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up on Bigger Diesel.
Yeah. That was a good podcast.
That was
fun,
I
enjoyed that. Thanks for tuning in for that one. You got to get a lot of talking about random stuff, mainly sports related. We got some Lorcana in there, but again, guys, let us know if there's anything you guys want to see, any questions you have, and we will answer them for you. Thanks for stopping by.
Peace.